Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Single Player 189 series. I have to start this episode off with an apology. It is a hot summer day, and as usual, you can probably hear the cicadas. I've noticed, at least, I can hear the cicadas whenever I stop talking on my recordings. Pardon me, I just had a coughing fit. Um, so, you can normally hear the cicadas outside. But today you might be able to hear a low hum. That low hum is my fan, because I'm being a wuss. It's not even as hot as it's been this summer. But I've just decided, what I normally do is I'll have my fan on when I'm not recording and I'll turn it off while I record. But today I'm just being a total wuss and the fan is on, and I hope you can forgive me for that low hum, because my hope is it's not as annoying as the buzz that my microphone does when my microphone is being temperamental. But also I hope that it's just not an unpleasant hum, and I apologise if it is. So today we have a pretty big start to something. We're going to have to start terraforming this place and preparing it for, well, not terraforming, that's the incorrect word, doing the earth moving that's going to be needed to lay out our South American step temple. I'm still not sure, and I've read the comments, but I've since forgotten because I'm terrible. Whether anyone mentioned the exact thing, but we want to lay out something, and we're basically going to be laying out a square for all intents and purposes at this point. So the idea will be to look at our map here. Oh, we have something with a pumpkin symbol on it. Oh, that's our golem. Right, that's Mr. Golem having a good day. So I think there's quite a steep drop off the back of the house over this way. So we can always flatten that out and of course do some earth moving to support that. But the question is, what layers do we want to remove? And we don't necessarily have to remove them because it is a stepped pyramid. We can just kind of cover the earth up in our pyramid. But the thing we need to work toward is making sure that the bottom square portion of the pyramid is level, which will mean a certain size of the area needs to be cleared. So you probably notice I keep looking back here because I'm thinking of starting the corner back there. I think we will, and we'll just go from there and see what happens. I like to fly off the seat of my pants in terms of planning usually, so that's exactly what we're going to do. Do I have any cobble? Because I'd rather plan in cobble. I'd like to get some of the stuff out of my inventory and probably make a couple more, now that we've got all these extra resources, make a couple more extra axes. Put that in there. Oh god, it's just so much stuff. I'm getting very sorny in here. Beans, you can go in here. Great wood. Potato, sure, why not? Gone, done, dealt with, I guess. You can go in here too. Right. Sticks. Do I have any sticks? I probably don't have any sticks, so let's make some sticks. Sticks. Wait a minute. I have sticks right here, which I thought were torches for some reason. Probably because they're in my normal torch slot. Gimme. Why I'm making so many of these is because we're probably going to be using a lot of vein miner today. And do I have any extra coal? I'm just wondering. No. I'm very resource poor at the moment, but I'd rather get the base started, and I think I mentioned this last episode, than leave it too long and then the job will seem too big. And we don't want that to happen. Because if you get too comfortable with the junkyard. I explained this on an episode of Forgecraft that I was on while Direwolf was recording, and it's that there is kind of two kinds of player for my example anyway, where the first kind of player is the person that jumps on and they build everything as quickly as they can, but they don't build a base for it. So that kind of player I call the junkyard builder, because it ends up looking like a bit of a scrapyard or junkyard or whatever once the person is done. There's just stuff laid out everywhere over an open set of ground. And that kind of person never gets around to actually doing any sort of base, or if they do, it's very, very late into the life of the server. The second kind of player is the player who starts with a gorgeous base, but they don't ever fill it because they spend so much time working on their pretty base that nothing actually practical ever gets done. Obviously there's players in between those two extremes. Those two extremes are not the be-all and end-all, but there are two kinds of players that I have noticed frequently that play on servers. So where am I going with this, and how much do I actually want to make this? Well, it's just going to be a giant square, right? So, or at this point it's going to be a giant square. So how much have we got so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Right. And how much bigger do I want to make it? That's the question. Is this a quarter or is this a third? I'm trying to pre-visualize, which is very hard to show you guys because I can't project my mental images onto this video. I think this is about quarter of the size. So what's that? That's 38 times 2 is 46. And that's a even number, so we'll take it to 47. It's 19. Let's count with Rorax. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. Okay. Now, did I count that 19 on the inner? Alright, I'm going to count this and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and yes, that did count the corner stone, so that is 47 total. Good, good. So, now it's odd. Question is, do we want it to be odd as a stepped pyramid? I usually work in odd because odd is easier to work with, obviously, with doors and stuff like that, but it might be a good example of being able to use or do a even numbered building, but I think we'll keep it odd for now. Makes things easier. So let's count this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to be ambushed by a skeleton. Sounds like we're going to be ambushed by a skeleton. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Get out of my way, plants. Thank you. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, see, we're going to have to do some earth moving. That's fine. 27. Alright, I'm going to get out this stuff and I'll be back once I get it to the correct length. And I keep forgetting that's going to happen as well. See you in a sec. Alright, I am back, and we have gone 47 in each direction, so it's easy now. I probably don't have enough cobblestone, which means we're going to have to go mining. And it doesn't look like we're going to have to do an incredible amount of earth moving. I mean, not as much as we probably could have got ourselves into. Fortunately. Get out of my way. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't finish. Somebody told me that I should hold down the vein miner key and just keep it held down, but the entire time I've been talking to you right now, I've had it held down. So, yeah, that's not it. So we kind of just have to go off in this direction now, forever and ever. The nice thing about doing it this way is that, like, now we just don't have to count, we just have to make it long enough until we can see our destination. But yeah, we're not going to have to do that much earth moving. A lot of the time, if the terrain's really uneven, you're just going to be SOL and have to do a lot of earth moving, which we don't, which is great, because we don't have an incredible amount of mods that help us with earth moving at the moment. No, not dirt. Cobblestone. So that'll be 36. Whoa, not if we do that, it won't. Which means we'll be 11 off our target. Cool, let's see if there was any cobblestone just laying around at the base that I didn't see. You have a little bit, that's not nearly enough. What I want to do, I'm going to have to do some mining for cobblestone, or set up a cobblestone generator. Wow. Old school. I think I might actually do that. So, once my counter reads 14, I stop. Yeah, alright. Let me go this way. This should technically, if I counted right, which I can't promise that I have, meet up with the other end, right? Yes, it does. Excellent. Cool. So let's go make a cobblestone generator, since that's something I should probably do. Which is incredibly old school. I haven't made one of these in a while. Let's see if I can remember what I'm doing. So, in general, we want something... I'll do this just so that I can stand there and look at it. But... yes, I realize I'm using my hard-earned smooth stone, but if I'm going to be doing this, I may as well. So that's where our lava's going to be situated, right here. And so our water... I'll put that in the back there, just in case. Our water will be... oh yeah, this is the tricky bit, because sometimes... because the water moves faster, right? No, that should still be alright. That should still work. We want that. How to make a cobblestone gen. This is the largest cobblestone gen in the world, but doesn't have to be anywhere near this size, generally. I'm just making sure it works. As somebody who has long forgotten whether I'm doing it right or not. So let's go grab a bouquet. Hey, bouquet. Hello, bouquet. Where'd you go? There you are, right in front of me. Good, good. Because what I don't want to do... well, I mean, I guess I could start mining down here and I'll just generate the cobblestone I need over time, but, I mean, this works too, so... it also means that I don't have to travel up and down all the time and worry about other things in my inventory, because something that I really, really dislike about 189 is andesite, diorite, and granite. They get in the way all the time, because in the infinite wisdom that is Mojang, they decided they were going to make it so that it spawned everywhere, all layers of the world, from the top layer to the bottommost layer, and they were going to make it spawn frequently. So it's really annoying. Because your inventory now fills up with, like, before it was just cobblestone, gravel, and dirt. And now it's cobblestone, gravel, dirt, granite, andesite, and diorite. And the other thing is, if you're like me, you don't particularly like the textures of the new stones either. Except maybe andesite. I think I might give a pass to andesite. It looks alright, but the other two just are so ugly. in my opinion anyway. So there is that. So we have our lava bucket. There is a problem with this though. I also need a water bucket because of how lazy I'm going to be when doing this. Because I'm not going to gate it properly. You know what, why not? It's going to be like that anyway, so. Cobblestone. Lava. Water. Yeah. Right. So now I should technically just be able to stand here all day and... No, fail. Someone knew that was going to happen. How does this work again? Is it water there? I think it's water there, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's water there. I think you go there. Don't you, water? And that goes there, and this comes out, and that goes like that. Oh, and then I've blocked it, so that's terrible. But now this should work, right? No, same problem. Man, I need to do like a sky block again or something. And now I've ruined it. Oh, I'm gonna be right back. I'm back. And, I wasn't doing it wrong. Maybe it's a 1.8 thing? I don't know, but I went and I looked it up online. And, although mine was larger than it had to be, it still should have worked. Because I even rebuilt it the way that most people make a cobblestone generator online, and well, that didn't work either. The water is just way too fast. It's being way faster than it should be, and it ends up destroying source blocks or just flowing out far too quickly for it to for the lava to react. Or maybe the lava's being too slow. I'm not too sure. So I'm probably just gonna have to go do some mining. I mean, it's one way to get cobble, right? So I'm going to go do that, and I'll be back once I have a decent amount. See you soon. You know, on second thought, I decided not to go because I figured out what I was doing wrong. I forgot that the water needs a trench to go into so that it doesn't flow everywhere. I can't believe that is the thing that I forgot, because it is the most obvious problem. Anyway, I'm going to be back once I have a few stacks of cobble. Alright, I'm back. Cobblestone generators are infuriating. I cannot believe that that's how we used to do things. I've only got a couple of stacks, and that's all I could frankly put up with at the moment. That's right, we can finish the box in the meantime. Which will be just fine, because it will let us know where we need to remove vegetation, where we need to start laying down dirt, where we need to level things out, etc, etc. So we have a grand old box here now, which is nice. We kind of need to find the middle. So what's 46 divided by 2 plus 1? 23, 24. So at the 24th position, we are at the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's the middle. Theoretically. If I'm not as bad at math as I think I am. So, I mean, immediately we can get rid of you. Off with you. Goodbye. We're probably going to get rid of this tree as well. Without throwing the axe away, preferably. And yes, you left. Ow. The canopy branches. That's fine. We are just going to waste our hard-earned cobble. And then switch to dirt. when I realise I'm wasting hard-earned cobble. And off with your head. Good, good. Okay. So, you can go as well. And you can go. And you, my friend. Yep, of course you did. Let's go make some more axes. Because of course I need more axes. That's the one thing I like about being a miner, it's very fair in that way. While everything's a bit faster than maybe it should be according to Mojang levels of balance, it still uses the durability, which I think I've had that rant before now that I think about it. So, crafting table. Yes. More axes for the axe god. And you can go, and you get one, and you get one. You all get the axe. Goodbye trees. Also, removing the trees now will obviously make it way easier to know where I'm removing dirt, or moving dirt around anyway, because it gets rid of all the stupid vegetation. You're gone. You're gone. You're gone. All of these things are gone. And apparently I'm starving. Right. Get rid of all of this. Yep, you're going to be gotten rid of anyway. And this mighty beast here. Oh my god, really, vein miner? Come on. Try a bit harder than that, please. There you go. What's that one? Is that one inside the box? That... Yes it is. It's also one that just didn't want to be cut down properly. Up we go. Get out of here. Hello, Pigoo. And more vegetation to get rid of. I don't know whether you guys can tell, but it's a little bit framey at the moment, and I'm not sure what is causing that. So, in a second, I might need to go deal with that. See what I can find. See if anything's going on the old computerino. Because nothing should be going on. It's just being a bit framey. Get out of here, stuff. I need 6 more of you because I'm going to make 3 more X's. Right. Oh. Things are shaping up pretty quickly though. All thanks to vein miner, really. This would be a task that would take a long dang time otherwise. Or I could have kept going with Thorncraft, and we could have ended up with the axe of the stream. That would have made things relatively quick. Not as quick as this, but still pretty quick. So now I'm just clearing outside the range of the box a little bit, because of course we don't want vegetation pressed right up against the temple, because it's not an abandoned temple, it's a temple that's in use. So I want to get rid of any nature that's decided to encroach on the border of it. Not too large, maybe like 5 blocks around the outside, but should be easy enough. We have vegetation going on for miles in here. Get out. You are not desired. Yeah, that's where most of my durability on the axes is going whenever I get lazy and attack the leaves with it. So, goodbye axe. Just like that. I wonder if I can use shears for the same thing and whether that will do nearly as much durability damage. So, I'm going to let some of this stuff decay and I will be right back. Okay, I am back now. I haven't done any earth moving, but most of the vegetation is gone now. There's a couple of bits and pieces still hanging around. Maybe a canopy that I missed somewhere. No, it doesn't look like it. But we are going to tackle the hardest part of earth moving. Removing earth is fine, but adding earth back is a pain in the butt. Mostly because it's a filling job, but also because it's hard to get things sculpted correctly. Now, there's a couple of tricks you can do when doing this sort of thing, especially manually, is you don't have to fill in everything. You just have to fill in what you have to fill in, which means, like, we know the dirt's going to come out further that way here, and so we don't need blocks here or underneath any of this, really. We just need to fill this layer here, which I'm tracing with the cursor at the moment. Wow, sorry about that. Someone decided it was chainsaw day. So, that happened. Where was I? Right. So, basically, this entire area is going to be unchanged, except we're going to run a layer across here. And anywhere there's a 2-block high space, which will probably be right here, we just put a torch so that nothing can spawn. Since there's nothing that spawns in one high space, we will be fine. And then from there, what you do is you contour out from this line and make it look like there's been land naturally put there, or even artificially put there. I mean, there's no reason to hide the fact that these people possibly did some earth moving in order to make room for their temple, whoever they are. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. I need to get more dirt, more delicious dirt. Hello bat, how did you get inside? Dirt's another one that I'm going to have a tricky time getting hold of, and it's going to be harder than cobblestone too. Well, not really. There's some earth moving I need to do. Oh, the chainsaw started up again. I'll be right back. Okay, so Team Chainsaw doesn't sound like they're going to shut up anytime soon, and yes, Team Chainsaw. There's about 3 machines going now. Fortunately, right now it's just the chainsaw. Yep, there it is. So I'm gonna have to cut this episode off early, guys. I know it's been a horrible mess of an episode from start to finish, but hopefully next time it won't be so horrible. Hopefully these guys, whoever they are going to be done with their chainsawing, and hopefully next time I'm not going to be such a wuss about the heat and need the fan and stuff like that. So next episode you can see that I have done a bunch of work in the time that I had, which was quite some time, while the chainsaws were going. And I've cleared a 5 wide space here and a 5 wide space here. This is all like clear cut, so we will do something about this to make it look more natural, and that's what we're going to work on next episode. Same thing with down here. So as you can see, we're not going to bother filling in this bottom part. What I'm going to do next episode is I'm going to show you how to like naturally include this in the landscape by using our good old friend dirt, which I have plenty of, and more back in the shack, thanks to moving all this dirt that was up here. So, sorry about everything, but thank you for watching nonetheless, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.